a very emotional month for you, and you've been so gracious, not only with people at Sportsnet, but the media all over the place for your generous time. We won't keep you long. We just thought, in light of Mitch Marner chasing your history, Eddie Olchuk's history, we thought it'd be kind of fun to bring you on. Thanks for doing this. And can I ask just, if you had a chance to catch your breath?
Well, yeah, actually, Lube and I came to Florida about a week and 10 days ago to spend American Thanksgiving with my son Ryan and my grandson Luke, who was home, and had some friends down. And they've left, so we've got this week. We're staying down and coming back to Toronto on Saturday. So, yeah, it's been good. Obviously, with Borja and all that, that's a time in all of our lives we'll always remember. Precious moments with Borja. It was great that he had the opportunity to get here with his family, and everything kind of went the way it did. Unfortunately, he died too young, but at the same time, he's at peace now. It's an awful disease, as we all know, and his suffering's over, and we just think of the fond memories of Borja.
And just on that note, we're going to announce that Toronto Maple Leafs will do a fundraiser for ALS Action Canada, and we'll make more comments on that after we get a few thoughts from you out of Mitch Marner and what you've seen out of him. And, we assume that you'll be watching the game tonight.
Yeah, actually, Jack Valaquette's coming over. He's down here, and my son Ryan. So we're going to cook a few burgers on the barbecue and watch the Leafs. Yeah, I've been following Mitch. Obviously, he's a great player. He's had a great career with us thus far, and he's one of those guys when he's on the ice. Lots of creative scoring chances happen, and the fact that he's gone 17 games, I mean, he could keep it going quite a while longer. And as you guys know, when you play, sometimes you have good games and you don't get any points for whatever reason, or you're the fourth man on the third man on an assist or something like that. And then there's other games where it just kind of falls into place, even though you didn't play as well. So I like Mitch's game. He's very conscious defensively too, good penalty killer. And yeah, we'll be watching with interest. It's certainly back in my day, to be quite honest with you. When I was asked about it recently, I didn't remember actually doing it. And somebody said, "Were you nervous going into the game?" I didn't even know. I mean, you don't have the internet back then. I think Stan Bodiak, he was the statistician, and once in a while they'd have it on the pregame press notes on what was happening. But that was kind of the extent of it back then. So I didn't have any idea what the record was before or who had it before me. But obviously, when Eddie Olchuk got 18 points back in 1990, and it kind of came to the forefront again for me.
So just my understanding before JB jumps in here, we still don't know whose record you broke?
Well, it was somebody back in the 30s. You can probably look it up. I asked about it. I forget. It wasn't a familiar name that I knew.
Yeah.
But, hey, give you something to do when you get out.
Yeah, absolutely. Break, Get on that, Sammy.
There you go.
That's great. So I guess it's a question of how much you were aware of individual milestones, whether it be the streak or not. Did you ever think about those when you're nearing, maybe it's 30 goals, 40 goals, whatever the number is on an individual season? Did you ever focus on that sort of stuff, or was it easy to just kind of carry on and play your same game and let the numbers fall as they may?
Well, that was more of the latter, yeah. Just carry on and play. But when you had 29 goals and you're going for 30, you knew that because that was a stat that was right there. When you get into these more, game streaks and those sort of things, they're obviously not in front of you all the time. So it has to be a statistician that comes to you and makes you aware of us or makes the press aware of it. I mean, as you guys know now, you can look up anything so quickly and have it at your fingertips. And right in front of you right away. So, no, I didn't pay much attention to that. I think the goal thing or point thing was, guys would have bonuses back then. And, hey, we weren't making a lot of money, so you'd get a bonus for 30 or 40 goals. That extra $5,000 or $1,500 was significant. So, you paid a little bit more attention to it for sure.
And the other thing, too, Darryl, and Mitch Marner has shown that he could drive a line, whether it is Matthews or Tavares. There is magic on both sides of that. Certainly in my heyday watching you and Lanny and Errol Thompson, you need that type of chemistry or this never happens, correct?
Well, what happened too back in that era with Lanny, Errol Thompson, myself, Borja Salming, and Turnbull, you put that 5 unit on and on a power play, there's a good chance you're going to get some scoring chances and score. No different than our team now. You know, you got obviously Austin, Mitch, Tavares, and Nylander, you know, Riley when he's healthy. So that in itself, power plays are going to give you an added edge to, you know, to score for sure. And we have that on our team. And, you know, that's why, you know, we have such a good team, and it's exciting. We can put the goals up on the scoreboard consistently, game in and game out, for sure.
What are your thoughts on the different way that the team is having success this year? They certainly can score, but haven't scored as much, but they seem better defensively. The numbers at least bear that out. What are your thoughts on sort of a different playing style out of this year's team?
Well, obviously the coaching staff and the upper management know that it's pretty crucial for this year for our team to be successful in the playoffs. And as we all know as players, it's those habits you have and learn and play consistently through the season that might help you get through that playoff round. And our guys have experienced, you know, some devastating losses, unfortunately. And now not that they didn't know before, but I think they're paying a little bit more attention to it. The other thing, too, is, you know, our goaltending has been pretty good, you know, and you have to have that. There was always that question in the back of our heads whether the 2 new guys were coming in, and we had some injuries on top of that. So we're playing more of a team game. I think obviously with this streak going on with Mitch, I know myself as a player, it's nice when you're focusing on something like that, but the team's winning. If the team was losing and going through a tough time and you're, you know, looking to get a record, you really don't care to talk about that too much. But it's nice that he can enjoy it, and the team's been winning the last number of games and playing good hockey. So that makes it more enjoyable for everybody involved.
Hey, Darryl, no problem handing this one over to Mitch Marner, but don't you dare touch my 10-point-a-night record there, correct?
There you go. Well, that one's going to be tough, eh? I mean,
oh, boy, is it ever.
But when you say that, Mitch had 6 in a game last year, and, I mean, the number of chances 10 or scored in any game, even back in my day, doesn't happen very often. But never say never. That's what makes sport interesting. And, you know, I watch Connor McDavid different nights, and the number of scoring chances he has or creates, him and Draisaitl, if it all comes together, you never know. But it'll be tough. It's been 46, 47 years coming up.
Hey.
A lot of great players haven't been able to do it, so it'll be tough.
If we go by what we saw out of Seattle and the Kings last night, 9-8, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, how did that happen? I don't know. I just saw the score in the.
I don't know.
Goaltending is the answer.
I think it was a late field goal.
Yeah.
Hey,
From
Darryl.
a fan standpoint, sometimes it's fun to watch that. The 1-0 game. You appreciate that as a coach, but those scoring games, it's fun to watch and good, exciting hockey for the fans for sure.
Enjoy the burgers.
Okay.
Enjoy the game. Say hi to Jack for us. Enjoy your time off. Okay, well deserved.
Okay. Thanks for the call, and we'll be watching tonight for sure.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Darryl Sittler.